Good afternoon, everybody. Apologize for the difficulties that we ran into there. So what we decided to do is just kind of pivot, and we're going to record a Zoom meeting, and we're going to post that later. We're having issues just sharing our screen for some reason and getting that to broadcast live to everybody. And it's really important that you can see the screen on this. So we decided we'll just do a recorded Zoom meeting. So unfortunately, we won't be able to take questions live, but you can submit your questions and then we'll answer them later. Obviously, we'll get back as soon as possible. But if you have questions, leave them in the comment section of this and we'll get back to you. But we're really excited that you join us today. You're able to watch this video because we're going to talk about another great tool for people that are looking for career services, career coaching, re-entering the workforce, and that is Focus Careers. That's our website that we use to help build resumes, look for jobs, and really do a targeted job search on skills and abilities that you already have. And we wanted to walk you through that process. So it was important that you were able to see the screen and that we could share our screen so you could go through it with you. But it's a really great tool because, again, it helps you build your resume. Whether you're building your first resume or you're building your 100th resume, it's helpful to have a tool that can kind of walk you through the process. And then once you get that resume finished, reach out to us. We'll go over it, review it, and make sure it looks great. Make sure if there's any edits that need to be done, we can edit it or, make it a little prettier, whatever it is that we need to do to really make sure that your resume catches the eye of someone. So we're really excited about being able to do this. We do apologize again for the delay, but technology won again this time. So we are just going to share the screen. That way you can go through this website, see what it looks like. We'll walk through it together and we'll get started, but we're really excited. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so everybody can see it. And then we will be ready to go. So perfect. So the first thing that we want to do, again, is you're going to open up your web browser and you're going to go to focuscareer.ky.gov. Even if you just go to Google and you type in Focus Career KY, it's going to bring you to this website. When you first come in, it's going to pull up this box where if you have an account, you can sign in. So if you've ever used this software before, so perhaps you filed for unemployment, you'll probably have a sign in under this. Or if you're a new user, you can go to sign in. Or if you're a returning user, just go to sign in. If you don't know your password, you can do the forgot password. If you don't have the same email address, reach out to us, and we have staff that can go in and actually update your email address, update your password so you can just sign in. Because it's when you register for an account, it's going to pull up it's going to go by the email address that you've used and your social security number. So it won't let you have more than one account. So if you do have one and you don't remember your login information, and the forgot password doesn't work, reach out to us and we can get that reset for you. If you don't have an account, again, you can register for an account. It's really quick, maybe takes a minute or two, but you can upload a resume if you already have one. You can see the job postings, including ones that are recommended for you based on what you have there. There's also ways to explore options without registering. So you can research careers, employers, and programs of study without registering, but you can't permanently store a resume or see personalized career options. And one great thing about this website is once you get your resume uploaded, you can apply for a job directly from this website. So you're not seeing a job, then going to another website, pulling all that information over. It's pulling the information from Focus Careers to the employer that you're interested in. So we'll show you what registering an account looks like. Again, it's really easy, but you don't have to do it. We're just going to sign in with one that I set up. So your preferred language, your email address, your password, 6 to 20 characters. It's pretty easy. It's not one of the ones where you have to have like special things and you can't repeat them. It's just 6 to 20 characters and it has to include one number. Remember, they're case sensitive. So, whether you write it down or just have one that you typically go to, remember that it is case sensitive. You'll enter your social security number. Again, this just matches if you already have an account. So when you put in your social, it might tell you that you already have an account. And again, if you don't have that information, reach out to us and we'll get that reset for you. And then you're going to choose a security question. think there's 6 that you can choose from that are pre-populated, or you can create your own security question. Again, the answers that you type in are case sensitive. So if you choose to use your middle name and you capitalize the first letter or whatever it is that you do, remember that it's case sensitive, and you're going to have to remember that in the first place if you need to reset it or answer your security question. First name, last name, date of birth, phone number, zip code, address, city and state. So you'll fill out that information. Again, we already have an account, so we're actually not going to register for an account here. We're actually just going to go back and see what we can do. So, whoops, open up. So again, you'll just go to focuscareers.ky.gov. It's going to pull it up, and we're going to sign in. So again, I already have my account set up that I have here, so we'll type in the password. And we're going to sign in. So welcome to Focus Careers, create or upload a resume, all that type of information. So, oops, well, it's thinking now. So here we go. We're in. How's the career search going? We're just going to close this survey. When you sign in, it might pull up that information, but you'll see here where it's pulling up jobs that are available for me when they've been posted. These are all recent jobs that are going to show up. It's not going to be something that's older, but you're going to see this information here. So we've got our job searches, careers, and education, but this is kind of your home page that you're going to land on. So you can create, edit, or upload a resume. You can search for a job. You can explore career options, research specific careers, see what you can study to get ahead, or see where your experience can take you. These options here are going to take you to an outside website, which if we click, it's going to take us to ONET. So it's going to show what states we want to look at, all that type of information. Research a specific study. I would like to look in Iowa, Illinois. You just choose those. But again, this is kind of a website that's going to show you where you can look at and pull up information about career opportunities that are close to you or what areas that you're looking in. But again, if you just go back to your home page here, it can show you what to do and where to go. But so I've already built a resume. So this is a great thing here. So if we click the resume, it's going to pull it up. It's Garrett T. Griffith. It's got my phone number. It's got the address. This is my work address. Just use that. And then it's got a chance where you can build in objectives. You can change your format, whether you want standard format, whether you want chronological formats. There's all of those that you can do and you can look at. You can emphasize your experience, your education, your skills, and it's just going to kind of build over it. And there's a great option where you can come over here, you can email it, you can print it. But this is a really great thing, and it's a really great tool to do. So it looks like we have on here, so from 2005 to 2010, I was a laborer. And then from 2010 to present, I was a brake press operator. So these are just careers that we have in here. But if we go to work history, this is where you'll start to build your resume if you don't already have it. So the first thing you'll want to do is add another job. So if you want to look your job title, I'll just say I was a cook. So it'll pull up some jobs that are already here. So you're a cook box filler, a cook apprentice, pastry cook. You can pick these and it'll help you generate job information. So the employer will just say it was G's. We'll say G's Barbecue. There we go. G's Barbecue. And I started in January 01 of 2000 to 01 of 2005. That location was in Florence, Kentucky, and my wages there, we'll say I was paid $10. Now, your wage information doesn't show up. It's not displayed on your resume. It just kind of helps the website look at what you were making and kind of make comparable suggestions on that. So I was paid $10 hourly. So I'm going to save and I'm going to move to the next step here. And that's going to pull up this next one. So which of these job titles best fits me? So I was a chef or a head cook. I was a cook at a fast food. I was a cook at an institution, a cafeteria. I was a cook at a restaurant. As a food cooking machine operator and tender. So I was a cook at a restaurant. You can also search through these if none of those fit, but these are typically going to fit off what you've put in. So it's a good way to build kind of your resume, because sometimes it's hard to remember what your job duties were for a job 10, 15 years ago. So we select that I was a cook at this restaurant. We're going to save and move to the next step. And then it's going to pull up all of this information. And this is what builds the resume. So I can select up to 10 or 12 different statements. So I can put this in. I was familiar with American cuisine and barbecue cuisine. And this is going to show up on my resume, that line there. So I prepared food in a restaurant, yes or no. I prepared meats, vegetables, and desserts. We'll say I did that. I cooked foods by grilling, frying, roasting, baking, roasting, and frying. That's what we did. And you can choose those. I kept detailed knowledge of the menu. I didn't price menu items. I did plan the menu. Let's see. I kept, inspected the food prep areas to make sure they were clean, safe food handling. Inspected the serving areas for safety and cleanliness. Season and cook foods according to recipe, according to personal judgment. I would arrange the foods on the dishes, and I would work well with kitchen staff. So there we go. Those are just kind of the things that we did there that'll help build the resume. Now when I save and move to this next step, it's going to show me, kind of what this job looks like. I was familiar with several styles of cuisine, including American cuisine and barbecue cuisine. I prepared food in a restaurant. So this is a good way to do it. These keywords will pull up job matches at a later date that you can include keywords that are on here. So you can add those statements, and then there's statements here. So baked breads, butchered, dressed animals. So we'll say we butchered, dressed animals, carved and trimmed meats, consulted with supervisory staff. So those will get added to the resume there. So you can select 12, and then based on these keywords here on the side, you can add additional ones. So we're going to save and move to the next step because we've already done that. So then it's going to take us to our contact information. Again, we're going to make sure that all this information is correct, because this is how people are going to contact us for these jobs. It's really important that when you're searching for a job, your email address is correct, your mailing address is correct, your phone numbers are correct. There's also places where you can insert your LinkedIn profile or a website if you wanted to put that on your resume. And then we're going to come to our education, and we're going to make sure we have our education in. I was a high school graduate of Grant County High School. You can enter, add another degree if you obtained a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. You just add another degree there. So we'll add another degree. And we will say degree name was culinary arts was the degree. We'll say it was culinary school university. We'll say it was G's city, Dry Ridge, Kentucky. I completed 05/01/2005. Courses that I took honors, we'll just say GPA was a 3.5. We'll say 3. It's not yet. Let's put that in. So you can also enter this if you're currently enrolled, your expected completion date, any occupational license that you have, any special skills that you have, you want to put those in. If you hold the National Career Readiness Certificate, which is the NCRC, you can put that in, and you can select the level that you have. So we'll say bronze, and it was done in Kentucky. The issue date was 05/01/2004. So you can enter that. You can enter your regular driver's license. Do you have Class A? Do you have a Class A CDL? And you can put those on. A regular motorcycle, or regular operator. Do you have a motorcycle license? You can enter those that you have and choose to drive them on there. That would be important if you're looking for a position driving. If you have your CDL and you're applying for CDL jobs, you want to display your driver's license information on that resume that you do hold your CDLA. But I just have a regular operators. Languages you can add if you're bilingual, any languages that you speak. That's really important. It's really great that if you do speak another language, you're fluent in another language, to put that on your resume. That's something that's really going to make you stand out. And it's going to pull up some skills, just general skills that are listed. You can add skills. You can type them in. So this one has calculator, cooking, dimensions, inventory management. I don't know why dimensions are on there, so we'll take dimensions off. Press releases, safety, teamwork. You can type in that you're punctual. Whoops, punctual. Add punctual. You can type in that you're dependable. And it will pull some of this information up. If you have them, you can put it in there, or you can just type in your own. And then we're going to click save and move to our next step here. And so we just have here, I have 15 years of experience as a brake press operator, including as a laborer, including as a brake press operator and as a laborer, warehouse industries, industrial command, and accessories. Most recently, I've been working as a brake press operator for however long. And it kind of talks about your skills and experience that you had there. It's just pulling that from your resume. You can choose not to put this in your resume, or you can use this summary. So if you put the summary in, it's kind of at the very top, it'll put it in there. This will also just generate a generic summary as well. If you want to revert to the original summary, you have something that you want to do. But you'll want to update this. So I had the job at G's Barbecue. I would want to put in that I have the job at G's Barbecue, and you would list that in here. Then it's going to pull on to your add-ins. And your add-ins are sections, any affiliations that you have, any honors, any interests, internships, personal information, professional development, publications, technical skills, volunteer activities. If you want to list that information, some companies love that you volunteer. I always suggest adding an objective that's going to show up at the top. And so this career that I'm looking for is with Tom's Manufacturing as a lead operator. That's what I'm looking for. So you can update this objective based on the job that you're applying for. If you want to work as a nurse, it's my objective to obtain a position as an ER nurse with St. Elizabeth Healthcare. It is my objective to obtain a position as a tractor trailer driver for so-and-so logistics company, and you'll put those in. So, I just typed in, it's my objective to obtain a position with Tom's Manufacturing as a lead operator that allows me to utilize my extensive experience with manufacturing and inventory management to exceed organizational goals. So it's just a way that you can brag about yourself, and it's towards the top of the resume. Typically your resume might get 30 seconds to a minute that somebody's looking at it, and you've got to catch their attention right away, and you've got to have words that pop out that show that I'm the person that you want to interview for this position. You can add references. Again, you can add references and put available on request, or you can just add references. I have John Doe and Jane Doe were my references from my prior two jobs. So we're going to save and move to the next step there. And again, this is just building the resume as we go. This is your profile. Again, we're just asking this information to best serve you. We're working with Brighton Center, which has 42 different programs. So there's a lot of different things that we can do at the Kentucky Career Center in terms of offering, bundled services that can help you if you are homeless, if you're considered low income status, that type of information. So you're currently employed, not employed, employed, received notice of termination, whatever it is, your date of birth, your gender. You don't have to disclose that if you don't want to. You don't have to disclose your disability status. You don't have to disclose your race, your ethnicity, your U.S. citizenship, law, language, or cultural barriers. So do you have limited abilities? You would want to disclose that. It's not going on your resume, but it's just going to help us better serve you if you need help with those. So any skills? Do you lack basic skills? Do you have low literacy? Are you an ex-offender? Again, you don't have to disclose that. It's not going to show up on your resume, but it's going to help us better tailor services to you in the needs that you need them. Military background, yes, no. Any of that information you'll just want to fill out here, and then you'll go save and move to the next step. As this is thinking, we'll just work through it. And then, yes, we want to make this resume searchable to qualified employers. So your name and contact information will not be displayed. They're only able to contact you through confidential email. So that's why it's important to have your correct email up here in case you get an email from somebody saying, hey, It's your resume, you're really good. I want at least $18 an hour. I'm willing to work overtime. I'm willing to relocate, or I'm not willing to relocate. So I really specify this by, not relocate, that you live in Florence and you wouldn't move to Dry Ridge. This is, are you willing to relocate? You live in Kentucky, you're willing to move to Ohio. That type of information. So you answer that yes or no. You want work week? Are you looking for any full-time, part-time? I'm looking for full-time work. And you want full-time, short-term, temporary, regular. I want full-time, regular work is what I'm looking for. I can pick shift availability and I can choose any, but I really want to work first or second. That's what works best for me. And I'm going to search within 25 miles of the zip code of 41042, which is in Florence. I can extend this as much as I need to. I can decrease it. So it's really up to you. And this is where that targeted job search comes in. And you can also do only show in-state jobs. So if you live in Covington and you do 25 miles of 41011, it's going to pull up jobs that are in Ohio. If you don't want to cross the river, you'll just click that only show jobs that are in-state, in the state that you reside in. But I'm comfortable traveling about 25 miles from my house. That's just this generic scenario. So we're going to save and move to the next step, and then it's going to pull up this resume for us to review so we can kind of see what this looks like. Again, we already looked at this, like emphasizing experience, how to do this. So it's got my objective, it's got my summary, so it talks about how qualified I am, then it talks about my experience, and then it's going to talk about the skills that I have a National Career Readiness Certificate, my education, and then my references. So I've got this resume. You can edit it, again, however you want. You can download it as a Word document and edit it. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You can, choose email it, and you can email it to one of us to let us review it for you, make any edits that we think are necessary. Again, this is a great resume to start with. But there are some things that once you print it out, it's not formatted the best. It doesn't look the greatest. So if you would want somebody to look at it for you, reach out to us. This is something that we do on a daily basis, is help people with a resume. So it's a pretty quick turnaround. Usually within a couple of days, we'll get it back to you saying, hey, this is what we think. And then this is going to pull up, the coolest part of this is after you're building your resume, is it's going to take us to view job postings that match your resume. So if you want to stay within the skills that you're in, you're able to do that here. And this is going to show you there's a machine operator at a Florence business. There's a CNC machinist. There's a production trucker. There's a material handler. There's a production worker. There's an operator. There's a cutter operator. It's going to pull up all of these things, all of these jobs. Am I a good match for this? So this will let you know, and just kind of talk like, why am I a good match for this position? So the common skills, am I able to have these skills? Do I have the education, the certificates, the experience, anything that I would need to do that? And it'll show potential gaps here that we have. Based on the gaps we found with the skills and experience, these are some things you might need to get this position. But again, we're going to go back to job results. Also, a good way to look at this is if you look on the left, you're going to see the star rating. This star rating explains to you, based on your skills, qualification, experience, not just job titles and keywords. So the higher the star rating, the better match I am for that job. And I can find more jobs like this. I can choose, you know what, I don't want to be a machine operator. Don't display this type of job again. But again, these are great ways. So, you know what, I really want this machine operator position. This is a direct employer. So we click machine operator. It's going to pull it up, and it's going to say, give you some information about it. It looks like it's 20 to 29 hours per week. This is what I need, all of that type of information. And then you'll click, how do I apply for this job? And it's going to pull it up. Please indicate whether you meet these requirements. So yes, you're 18. Yes, I have reliable transportation. I'm punctual. I can lift 40 pounds, and I can stay in one place for several hours. So I meet all of these requirements. I click that position. So this business of this posting is chosen to receive applications via their Focus Talent account, which is the account that we're on, and at least one other method directly. So when we click submit, it's going to tell us how we contact, the details of how to make contact, and that our application is logged. I'm not going to submit my application because I don't want them to reach out to me. But if I wanted this position, I just click submit. It submits an application, and it goes back and lets us know how to contact them. But again, find more jobs like this. This is just a really great website to build a targeted job search off of. And we can go back to the job results that are here, and you'll see there's tons and tons of positions available within this area. Again, there's couple in Cincinnati. That would be the one if I checked only in-state jobs, we wouldn't see Cincinnati, Ohio on here. So you can go through all of these positions that are open. It'll break them down. It's going to arrange them in rating by matching your star matching if you're a good fit for them. So, forklift operator at Kentucky Business. Again, you click that information and it talks about Florence, Kentucky, kind of what you're doing. This talks about the night shift at 7 p.m., 7 a.m. So some of this will have a little bit more information. Some of this won't. But you can see this information. Again, you'll click how to apply for this job. Again, applications directly. So you're just submitting your application directly through this website. So again, I know that we kind of went over it pretty quick and how everything's done, but we wanted to keep it within a certain amount of time. If you do have questions, reach out to us. But this is just a great tool that you can use. It's, it doesn't cost anything. It helps you build your resume. And it's going to show you all these great options that are available because there are lots of good jobs out there right now. So it's a great website. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us and let us know. Again, we do apologize for the issues that we ran into today with recording this and broadcasting live. So unfortunately, it is a Zoom meeting that we've recorded and we'll post later, but you can always reach out to us, make comments on here. But again, it's a great website. It's a great tool, whether you're re-entering the workforce or whether you're just starting, to help you really see what jobs fit well for you, and it'll help you build that resume if you don't already have one. So again, thanks for taking time to watch us today. We apologize for the issues. Don't forget to join us on Thursday. Haley Franklin will be spotlighting another employer in this area. So thank you again for joining us. Have a great day. Bye.